Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to continue working on my Botanic journal. I got some washi tape, so I'm just going to use it. I got some greens. Might have something that would match, but I thought this pink would go really well on here too. Let's put this on here on top of the double-sided tape. Oh, that's really pretty. I like this one. I'll put a matching piece on here too, I think. I think that just finishes the envelope off nicely. Okay, so that will be one page. Now let's move on. I've just trimmed a piece that's 4 inches wide off here because I wanted to do a Rita Donnelly flip. I've got this, was doing this for a challenge a few days ago and now I'm kind of hooked. This is the problem. I'm like, oh, let's do one of those again. You probably saw it on another one of my videos where I was making these. And that is actually the corner of the page. It's a bit of the branding, but it doesn't actually look too bad there. So you can actually get quite a bit from the front cover on this pack. And now I'm going to just cut this off here. Let's make that mark so I can know where to cut it. I could go and cut it with the cutter, but I won't. I will fold it over. Too easy. And I'll cut this down to create a little thing to go inside because you can't really write on this. You could, I suppose, but I think that I'll just cut this down so that I've got two little pieces on inside to write on. So I'll probably cut it down to 3.5 by 3.5. And I want to get this fold in the centre. I'm just going to score that through there and hopefully that'll work. That looks quite nice. It's got a little border around it, which looks quite good. I hope you're all having fun crafting along with me today. Let me know what you're making. I know I've watched a few of you who comment on my videos and are subbed to me, but it's always nice to know that people are making something and having fun crafting. What else would you want to be doing anyway? I even saw one person on one of the Facebook groups I'm on and they'd set themselves up. They must be off, I don't know, camping or travelling or something. They'd set themselves up on the side of the river and they were crafting. It was really good. So, you know, I guess you can do it anywhere if you've got the table. That's all you need. So that's the other one. Now I want to make something to go in the pockets here. And I actually might cut these tags. Really pretty. That's perfect for in there. Put a photo on the back or, you know, make another journaling spot on the back if you wanted to. Not sure what I want to do yet. just step one, is getting the tags cut, inked and put in there. And then I can make a decision afterwards if I want to add some more. I'm going to decorate this up a little bit more and use a paper doll on it. I'm going to sit him on the edge here. Still be able to write on around him if you wanted to. Just I want to use some of my paper dolls in this because I seem to have that many of them, but I really need to start using them up. I've got that many of everything. I've been doing a big de-stash and trying to move things on to other people. And so far I've managed to get rid of a fair few things, or not get rid of, but you know, I'm just a bit overwhelmed by the volume of stuff that I've got at the moment, and I really need to, you know, cut it down and move some things on. These are the field notes, and I thought I could use something out of here because they're very full of florals and butterflies and bugs, and they'll go really well with these particular papers. I was just looking for some mushrooms because I know I've got mushrooms in here. Here they are. Very different types of mushrooms. And I'll just find a couple more. I'm not sure how many mushrooms there are in here, but there are a few. That might do anyway. He's very cute, isn't he? I think I've got one in between those two sizes. Let's see. No, it's the same size. That one or this one? Let's see. I think he's too big. I want it to look like he's, you know, a little tiny boy sitting on a big mushroom. So maybe this one. Oh, that's very cute. Yeah, I like that. And then I can overlap the mushrooms like this. And he can still sit there like this. Okay, let's put these down. It's a good excuse to use all these botanical type of images in this journal. I think that looks really cute with him sitting up there on the mushroom. Very sweet. I like this particular paper doll too. I use him a lot because he's just so cute with his little hands folded. Beautiful. Now I think I am done with this page now. I've come back to it again and I've put the card in there, which is just one of the postcards out of the packet. I'll just round this corner a little bit too. I wanted to see if I round it using this, how much of a rounding thing I get. I think that's all right. I'm going to have a go with the punch board rounder, which is only takes a little bit out. It doesn't take a great lot like the corner rounder does. There you go, you get nice even rounded corners using that. So that's going to go in there. And that page really is finished now. So I'll set that to one side for use in the book. And I'll go back to this one that I was doing before. I need something to put on the tops of these. They're a bit boring without anything on them. Because I've been de-stashing and cleaning up, I found my little mini making memory stapler yesterday. I'd even forgotten that I owned such a thing. And I've even got some of the coloured staples that it used to come with. How's that for nostalgia? So I'll just find like maybe this one here. Let's see what's going to go. Oh, there is a pink one. Alright, I'll use the pink one. I don't even know if it still works, but I'm assuming it will. It's just a stapler. And I've pulled out some sari silk from my stash. I only have it in this colour. I don't really like the coloured sari silk. I just like this. So if I cut a bit off, and then I can fold a little bit over to create this. I don't want much, I just want a little bit at the top. In fact, I might just put it over both sides like this, so that, no, I'll do it on one side the way I had it, like this. I just want to pull some threads out of it first to make it a bit less square. Give it a bit more character with some threads out of it. And see if this works. There you go, worked fine. Little pink staple in there. And I guess I'll put a bit more on the other side as well. This is a bit that's where they've joined it. So I'll put another one on here. It's a bit fiddly to get it in there, but once it's in there, it staples fine. There you go. And then a bit on that side. And see what else we're going to do with this. That was a serendipitous find. I was so surprised when I found it. I didn't even know I had it still. I guess that's what you get when you start destashing and cleaning up. You find things like that. I also thought I could put one of these maybe down here, and then have this one as like a tuck spot. Yep, that's good, isn't it? I'll put that in there. So that's what I will do. And then this can pop in, plenty of writing space on the back of there. And that one's done too. Okay, let's move on to another page. This is the one that's got all the bugs on it. It's just so beautiful how they've done these papers. But on the back of it, it needs something because it's a bit, you know, a bit blah, isn't it? So I could just put a little pocket on here so we had a tuck spot. I've been watching a few movies lately, you know, not all in one go because, you know, I can't sit still for that long. But just on different platforms that I've got, different streaming platforms, and on Prime recently they've put the Elton John biopic. I don't know what it's called, I can't remember, but they've put that on there, and I've also got the book. I was lent the book, I haven't read it yet. I must do that over the weekend. But anyway, the Elton John movie I had seen before, and I didn't really like it that much the first time round. I don't know why. I mustn't have been in the mood to watch it. But yesterday I was watching it in bits and bobs, and it was really good the second time round. So I don't know what went wrong the first time round, but something obviously did that meant that I didn't really like it. I'm going to cut this down and put a pocket in here. I don't know. And I was thinking, because Prime released yesterday the movie as well, like a few months back actually. And we watched Bohemian Rhapsody again as well. And I was thinking, what's my favourite? Oh yes, and the other musical, because I love musicals. So I was thinking, what would be my favourite out of all those new musicals that have come out? And I honestly think that it's Yesterday. I think that's the one. I don't know what you think. If you've seen them, which one you like. They were all good. If I was ranking them in order, I'd probably think that A Star is Born would probably be number 4 in my list of those 4 movies. It was good, but I remember the original when it came out, and it was wonderful. And Lady Gaga was very good, and I do like Bradley Cooper as well. So it wasn't that it was bad. I'm just thinking in terms, Yesterday would be my number 1. And then I think Bohemian Rhapsody, and then whatever the Elton John one was called. And then A Star is Born. That would be my ranking. No, you might disagree with me, and that's fine. We all have our own tastes and likes, don't we? So now I've got this little postcard, and just out of that scrap I've made a pocket, notched it out with the envelope punch board, and there you have it. Another little pocket for this back of this one. I have to do something on here as well. And then with this one here, I just realised I didn't put anything on here to hold it down, so I will put a little paper clip on here. Little mini. Oh, there it is. I lost it. And that'll hold that all together until you want to use it. Now I'm just going to put an envelope, it's just a plain craft envelope, down on here. And it will fit this way. I was hoping I'd put it this way, but it won't fit. So I'll put it this way. And I'll put something inside it. I'm just tossing up if I should put this inside. Actually, I might put this on the outside piece. And then cut this off. What have you been watching? Any good movies lately, or any good books? I know that I've just, my phone broke, unfortunately. It wasn't yet 12 months old, and lucky for me it was an iPhone, and Apple replaced it. And with the replacement phone, I also got a free 12-month subscription to Apple Plus, which is their streaming service. And so that was pretty cool. I was pretty happy about that, and we've been watching a few things on there, and I must say everything we've watched to date has been brilliant. We've watched I think 4 different series now, and they've all been great. And some big stars, like the it's one called, well, it's Morning Wars, I think. I don't know, I'm not good with names of things, but Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, 2 very good actresses in that one, or actors I should say, if I'm politically correct these days. And that was great. And today, or tomorrow, because it'll be US time, so tomorrow the new Tom Hanks movie gets released to Apple Plus, which is called I don't know, it's something about the war and the Pacific, some sort of captain of these boats. He plays that piece. Okay. I forgot that I'd poked it in, so it was a bit shy of this, but never mind, it'll still work. I'm going to put that one on there so that you get that 2-fold look. Yeah, anyway, so that's coming, and I think that they've got a couple of really good mysteries on there, which we've been watching. So I like a good sort of, mystery. I usually watch one episode a night. Get that done, and then it's all good. We go to bed. Well, we go up to bed and then I read for a while. So there you go. This one's going to go here. And then I'll put a piece along the bottom as well, because I'd forgotten that I hadn't got this, the length of the envelope, or the width of the envelope, no, the length. I don't know what you say, from up and down, whatever that is. I'll put this on here. So that's been a real bonus. In fact, I've gotten rid of Netflix and Stan because we've got Apple TV for free. But I do keep Prime because I find that there's some really good things come to Prime all the time. And I also get the books that I can read. That's a little bit crooked, and I don't know if the piece of paper was crooked or not. And I also get the books, plus I also get the free shipping from Amazon. Only on items that are Prime eligible, but it's most of the stuff that I buy is Prime eligible. So that's good. I'm looking for my double-sided tape now, which just seemed to run away. Oh, here it is. So yeah, that's why I always keep Prime. It's $6.99. That's Australian dollars, of course. It's $6.99, but it's worth it because I can get the free, well, the books that you can read with Prime eligible reading, and also the free shipping. Even the international shipping is free if you spend more than $50, which isn't hard for me to do, unfortunately. What am I going to put on this one? I'm looking at my washi to see what's going to go with it. I really like that one, but it's not, like something a little bit wider than that actually. Let's see, what about this? That's not really going to go at all, is it? No. Actually, I might do this little floral. There's a pocket, so I need to find something to put in the pocket. And then I'm going to stick this on here. And then cover it. In fact, I might cut this off first. I don't need the whole bit of that covered or stuck on. That's what I did before on the other envelope. And then I've got a bit more of that strip, this one, that can go on here to stick this down. Oh, I think that's upside down. There you go. Okay, so I'll put this on first. Of course, with the lockdown and the pandemic and everything that's happening around the world, well, a lot of these movies are being released to television or to streaming services early. I was reading that Tom Hanks wasn't very happy that his movie had to be released to television, because it's a bit of an epic one where the big movie thing would have been really good to have it in that. Just cut that off, measure it. But I guess it is what it is when you've got the problems that we're having in the world at the moment. as long as everyone does the right thing and stays in their boxes, then we should be okay. Actually, we've been quite lucky, if you could call it that, or though personally not so lucky, but lucky for the country that we haven't had a lot of outbreaks happening. There's one at the moment, but it's down in Melbourne, which is a long way from where I am. Yeah, that's good. And I want to put something in here, so I have to work out what that's going to be. Maybe I can do a piece of this. That will go in there quite well if I cut that down to whatever this is. Let's say 6 inches. It's hard to believe if you think that we're now sitting in July, and it was only sort of in February that this all kind of started. January, I think, wasn't it? Well, here in Australia, I know, well, for me personally, because we were going on a cruise in February and I had to cancel it because of my health issues, and that was quite lucky in hindsight, because I did get full refund on everything that we paid for last year, and then it meant that I didn't have to make a decision. Well, I made a decision anyway that I was not going on the cruise because I was too sick, and yeah, as I said, that in hindsight was actually a good thing. So there you go. I've now got a little spot in here. I've got some pretty papers. That can go over there, and I'll probably put like another pocket or something on here. In fact, here's a piece that I've got left over from before. I will have to straighten that because it's not quite straight for some reason. I think I hand cut that. Put that there. Let me just see if that's going to work if I put that there. And then I could put one of these in it, couldn't I? Yep. Okay, so that will sit in here. And I will put this on here to hold it, I think. No, I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to get a piece of lace or something and put across here. I've got this, which is my cut off from when I did that other envelope, and I think if I cut it down up to here, I can use this piece. Make use of all the scraps. Sometimes it's hard in the light to see where I've made that mark. I think that's to do with my age as well, to tell you the truth. Not just the light, but my eyesight. I used to have such good vision, and of course you get older and you lose all that. It's such a pity, isn't it? I don't know if that's going to be enough to hold this, but I'll have a go. It should be if I just do that. The other thing I could do would be to put it across here, wouldn't it? Yeah, I might do that. Not sure now what I want to do. If I put that there, am I still going to have enough room to get this in and out? I think so. So make it more into a belly band rather than a little pocket. I'll stick it on and see. I can always drag it up again if it's not going to work. put it in around about the centre. No, that's fine. And then across here I might put something else. I cleaned up my laces the other day as part of my de-stash, and I also think I'll put the pinks in with the greens here because they've got more room and I've got more browns. And that was very good to do that because it meant that I got lots of things sorted. I'm always playing with how to sort my laces and store my laces. It's a bit of a problem sometimes that you just get to a point where you think, is it going to work? And when it doesn't work, you may as well change it, in my opinion. So for these little bits, I've taken these old cotton reels that I own and just put them around there and used a pin to put them in. This is one of my quilting pins, and see how it's bent? Let me see. You can see how that's bent. And I have a cleaner, and the not the ladies I have now, but the one before, she was cleaning my craft room and she was picking these up off the floor and she was throwing them in the bin because a couple of them had escaped onto the floor, and she was like, oh, that's broken, and I thought, why have I got all these broken pins? And then I had a look. I said, show me, because I was sitting on the couch while she cleaned around me, as I do, and she showed me, and I was just laughing because this is actually a quilting pin and it's meant to be bent like that, but she thought that they were all broken, so I had to retrieve them out of the rubbish bin, which was very funny. I guess if you're not a quilter, you wouldn't know that the reason you have those pins, it makes it easier when you're pinning all the different layers and the bind and the backing and everything, and the batting and backing and everything of the fabric and all that together. You have those so that you can, you know, do it more easily with the curved pin than a straight pin. But if you're not a quilter, you don't know those things. So there you go. So that looks great. Happy with that. Little flip, plenty of stuff. And then on the other side, and I'm just going to leave this empty for now because it's just too pretty to cover, I think. All right, so that's another one done. So that makes 3 pages that I've done now, and I think I'll stop there now and do something else today, and then I'll come back to this at another date. So this is Deborah. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.